What's going on, Rockstars? How many times has this scenario happened to you?
Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire.
If this all looks too familiar to you,
Then we have some tips and tricks to help keep you cool. So first things first, we're in the middle of summer, temperatures are rising. One of the most common causes of overheating is low or no coolant. When it comes to checking your radiator fluid, nothing is more important than safety. Make sure your car cools down to a nice, safe, cool temperature. You can take a quick peek at the coolant reservoir, the overflow tank. If there's no coolant or low coolant, good indication that you might have a leak. Pop off the radiator cap, take a quick peek inside, and make sure you have fluid.
main thing is safety first, so I would check always on a cold start because you never know.
So if you do check your fluid and you do happen to have coolant in your car, the next possible thing it could be is the fans. Go ahead and do a quick auditory and physical check. Flip on that AC system. You can physically see and hear the fans kick on. If the fans do happen to kick on, it could be something a little bit more serious like a thermostat stuck open or closed, or something that might require a little bit further diagnostic.
So just the other day I actually had an incident myself. My temp gauge started rising up above halfway. So I pulled over, I did a couple of the basic checks we talked about, and I figured out through diagnosis that my car was actually low in coolant.
Now that it's summertime, not only is it important to keep your car cool, but it's also really important to keep yourself cool. You know, really good time to get your AC system checked out, get it recharged, get it blowing ice cold, because when you're stuck in traffic, 100-degree heat, and you have no AC, it's really no fun. But if you're stuck in traffic and the weather might be right, why don't you just take your top off? Go top down, instant breeze, gratification, or if you're hard, take that hard top off, you know, instant breeze right on your face, blowing right through you. It's summertime.
And the weather's fine.
And the living's easy.
Huge advantage of owning these cars, actually, if you have two-piece brackets, you could just pull them off, throw your top somewhere in the garage, and go for a nice drive, feel the breeze in your
Definitely.
hair.
If you're hard, two-piece brackets make it really easy. If you're soft, just hit the button and you can take your top off. That's probably one of the biggest, I don't know.
Yeah, it's the best thing about having
The best thing about the S2000, right, is you can go topless, you can take the top off and go top down and cruise.
Yeah. Sometimes keeping cool and looking cool go hand in hand.
Perfect time to grab some cold air intakes for your car. As you can see on my car, I have the header wrap on the cold air intake. Damn it, dude. As you can see, I have my stock headers coated with a special titanium coating and then heat wrap. You notice I don't run the heat shield anymore. It completely obliterates those underhood engine temps. You can see my intake is cold. You can see my cold air intake has a special DEI gold reflective tape on it that, again, helps reflect those underhood temperatures, keeps the intake temperatures low, and again, consistent with cooling. I chose to go with a cold air intake setup, as you can see, that routes down to the lower bumper area to draw the coldest amount of air possible, again, keeping those intake temps low and your engine bay nice and cool. So we've gone over a few of the popular basic cooling ones that you can do. Now let's touch base on some of the more niche, I guess. Well, Stack didn't want me to use that word, but I'm going to say it anyway. We're going to go over some of those niche things that you can do to your car to not only keep yourself cool, but keep your car cool at the same time. James, one of those things is tint. A lot of people overlook tint. Tint keeps your cabin really cool on those hot summer days. It really makes a big difference, especially if you have an aftermarket shift knob, and especially if that shift knob is stainless steel, right? If you touch it, ow, ooh, tss, it's going to be really hot, right? So that really helps. James, you had a couple other tips that you wanted to add, right?
I mean, also, like, you know, some people get thirsty sometimes, and the S2000 cup holders, they're kind of small, they don't really work well, and they block your shifter. So why not get this cool mod that Bajan actually has in his car? It's a cup holder on the side of the trans tunnel, and you could keep your cup right there. Also, another cool thing, side story, I had a passenger with me in the car. They sat in the stock seat, and it's leather, and they burnt themselves pretty bad. They couldn't lean in the seat for a while. So why not get Recaros? You know, you could lean against some cloth.
Perfect time to get Recaros is the summertime. So all those things kind of go hand in hand. The tint keeps the cabin cool, the shift knob, the seats, all keeps everything cool. Really boost the driving experience of your S2000 when it's like 100 degrees or over outside. So a lot of good things to take note of.
A lot.
So to wrap up this video, we're going to go over a few other specialty diagnostics that you can perform in order to make sure your car is running in tip-top shape this summer. Check your brake pads, really easy to overheat them in the summer. Brake fluid is very easy to overheat, especially if you're doing any type of performance driving. Check your tire pressures, especially in the heat, especially if you're doing long drives across the country. Tire pressures are super important. Blowouts are really sensitive in the summer heat. It's really easy to overinflate your tires, so make sure you check those.
Also, you're going to want to check your hoses and your wiring. You know, you might have a leak from those hoses. It's very common.
Thanks so much for joining us, Rockstars. We hope there were some takeaways for you to keep yourselves and your car cool this summer. If there's something that James and I forgot to mention, feel free to leave it in the comments, and we'll try it in the next one.